Hello, once again, fellow YouTubers. Hello, once again, fellow YouTubers. So, anyways, this is where the storyline really picks up with, describing my spiritual awakening. Okay, now, where I left off was, so I just ditched that first out of 2 vehicles that I stole. And, I was going to take the Greyhound bus to a different state with my debit card because I just got paid that day with my disability check. And, but my debit card got declined. And my bank said that my debit card was a temporary one. And I had to walk into a Wells Fargo branch bank and get a regular permanent debit card. Now, so I was like, okay, well, I knew that sounded suspicious, but I wasn't sure. Well, okay, so to cut out too many boring details, I was pretty much spreading the word that at these different car dealerships, because there was numerous different ones all along this road called King Avenue. And so the authorities left a new bait car for me. And this was a $110,000 ambulance. And so they know that I know how much doctors are scam artists. And so they left the next vehicle for me to take was the ambulance. And the ambulance was parked in the parking lot. And this is on King Avenue. I call myself, when I realized all these different spiritual things I was encountering in the beginning of my spiritual awakening, and I noticed it started to rain all the time, when previously it didn't really rain at all. I made those certain comments that I mentioned in another video or so on topics.com, and when I was making everything in harmony with God, as the book called Do Less, Achieve More, it talks about 5 Rainman and 1 that could make it rain when no others could. He was asked how he did it. He said he did nothing but sit in a tent for 7 days or so and make everything in harmony with God. That was through meditation. I do it by word of mouth and through the internet. And so I would think of to call myself Rainman on topics.com, but I wanted to call myself I was thinking to call myself like King Rainman, but that didn't have a catchy enough sound to it. So I looked up synonyms for king on Power Thesaurus, and one of them was Monarch. Monarch as in like royalty, I guess. I don't know, la-di-da. But also because it's like a monarch butterfly, and I'm always changing and evolving into something new and better. You know what I'm saying? And but so anyways, so I call myself Monarch Rainman on that website, which you can say anything you want on it. It's just sometimes if your comments were too vulgar and they found out about it, they would just take out, they would just take down that original, that specific comment, and that website got taken down. But I called myself Monarch Rainman, and remember what I mentioned earlier in this video. I was along this road in Billings called King Avenue. Remember, I looked up a synonym for king, which is monarch. This is living in natural magic beyond your wildest imaginations. As the book called Amazing Grace by David Wolf talks about. One of the key ingredients to living in natural magic. I didn't even buy that book. I did not even read much past even the table of contents. But in the table of contents, which I've seen on Amazon.com, I could see the 9 different ingredients or so of living in natural magic. And the main one or so is forgiveness. Now I thought to myself, okay, these Huna people from Hawaii, they must have experimented with positive things, you know, to attract positive magical circumstances. And so I came up with my own concoction of positive things to say to break the cycle of attracting more negativity from others and summon the cycle of bringing in more positive circumstances in the future. So I experimented with my own positive words. I forgive you. Will you forgive me too? Thanks for everything, and I wish you the best. Because I seen a YouTube video talking about this stuff, but this guy said that you don't want to just say simply I'm sorry, because that's not as effective as saying I forgive you. Please forgive me too. Okay, so now later, after I experimented with these positive words, I was locked up in Southern California, and I found this book called The Wiccan Bible, A Solitary Witch, something to that effect. And it actually talks about experimenting with your own concoction of positive words. And so anyways, so I see this ambulance parked in the parking lot of this Mexican restaurant on King Avenue. And the way that it is parked, it is parked in a way to where if you drove it away, you did not even have to turn it around. All you had to do was just pull it straight forward. You know what I'm saying? And so it was across the street, and I crossed the street. The sun just goes down, and I checked to see, for one, if the door is open. 2, if there are keys in the ignition. The door is open, sure enough, and I take a brief glance, because I know time is of the essence, and if I'm going to potentially steal this, what I suspect is probably a big car anyways, I got to do this shit really fucking quick. And so sure enough, the keys are in the ignition. Once I noticed that, I took off my backpack, threw it on the floorboard, after taking a brief glance in the back to make sure there's no patients in the back. I closed the door, turned over the fucking key, and sure enough, because this was not like before, this was not a no mechanic shop, so sure enough, not surprisingly, it fucking fired up. And so as soon as it fired up, I pushed in the fucking brake, and it was an automatic transmission. I dropped it into drive, coasted it to the other edge of the parking lot, and I paused at that other end of it, and I take a glance in the or no. So I had my metal hummingbird necklace that was wrapped up in a hemp string, and I took it off my neck, and I put it on the rear view mirror, and then I put on my seatbelt. Hold on, some bug just about flew in my ear, dude. I put on the hummingbird necklace on the rear view mirror shaft of the rear view mirror, and then I put on my seatbelt, and when I put it across me, I pull it tight, you know what I'm saying, and then I look through the rear view mirror, and the two ambulance people were like jogging. I could see in the background, like trying to wave me down to stop, and yelling to stop, and I'm thinking like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking stop, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? If I have to fucking, I'll probably fucking slam this motherfucker into a wall, for all I know, and for all I give a fuck, dude. You have absolutely no idea what the fuck you just got yourself into, okay? So, as soon as I notice their asses, you ever see one of those shows or whatever of people racing in California or like LA or whatever, and just the way they do that, like in a movie or whatever, the way they fucking grip that fucking steering wheel and they lean forward or whatever, turn that motherfucker around. I pulled out of that fucking parking lot, turned the motherfucker to the left, and dude, I was fucking log cocked, ready to rock and roll in more than one way. You know what I'm saying? And so I hot rod that motherfucker. There's the one edge of the parking lot that's right by the road, and then I go more inland towards the mall or whatever those other businesses were. Turn to the left, come back to the other edge of the a different parking lot, and then when the coast is clear, which it immediately was, I'll fucking stomp on the fucking gas. And at the next intersection, it's a red light for us, and so I'm fucking hot riding it as fast as I fucking can, and I act like I'm about to slam right in the back of end of this fucking vehicle in front of me, and I fucking slam on the brakes, fucking hit the gas again, crank the steering wheel hand over hand to the right, go on the shoulder. Fucking go straight to a few cars ahead of me, right to the front of the intersection on our side, which is stopped. I take a very brief glance from the left and to the right. I notice the coast is clear. Even if it was a more close call than that, I still would have probably hit the fucking gas. And if somebody would have hit me, I would have gone down in a blaze of glory like that. And as soon as I got to the front of the intersection, before I took off, I rolled down the window. And I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Grand Theft Auto Vice City! And then I roll up the window, fucking stomp on the gas, and I just fucking take off exactly like I'm playing that video game. And I'm fucking going all over the fucking road, you know what I'm saying? On the opposite road. The regular way that I was originally going side, and so hold on, we're gonna have to continue this in another video. Hold on, bear with me 1 sec, till next time, in a bit.